It's Irish acting legend. We keep saying that, Jerry, but it's true because Gerard McSorley is in Anton. Now, we're going to look at Anton first. He's sitting there, but you can say what you want, apparently.
Well, I'm glad to say that of all the movies we have on today, you haven't got Richard Gere sitting there, but more later. But no, Anton, it's a low-budget Irish movie. It started off, it's directed by Graham Cantwell, his first-time feature maker. Anthony Fox wrote it and stars in it. It's a story of a guy who he'd been away from Cavan for a few years at sea, comes back just at the same time as the Troubles are starting in the north, gets caught up, as a lot of people did, on the border in the north, and sort of intrigued by what's going on across the border. And along comes our friend here to keep an eye on him and make sure everything is.
As we saw, he's okay. a bit of a gangster himself.
But there's more to him than meets the eye, as there always is.
I mean, Jerry, in your eyes, I mean, is it good that we should have these movies about the Troubles, kind of a retrospective?
Okay, of course. It helps us to work it out and understand it, I suppose, in retrospect, because this goes right back to the beginning of the Troubles, and Lovely Sunday and all that kind of stuff. So, like, of course it is. It's part of our history. It's part of who we are.
Exactly, part of our makeup.
Yeah.
So let's have a little look at it.
Yeah, let's have a good clip of it.
Kill the engine. Papers.
When you remove the gun.
Get out and open the boot. Are you deaf? Talking to Grandad here.
That's the reality of what life is like for a lot of people.
It's very powerful stuff, and as you can tell from that clip, as with all good stories, even about the North, it's really about the characters who are there and the individuals. I mean, the North is a backdrop to it, as well as, you know, it wouldn't just survive being a story about the Troubles. You have to care about what's going on in front of you, and it's all about their families, and there's a lot of people involved in his decision. Anthony Fox, who we saw there, his decision to take up. To take up arms with the boys, you know. So it's actually.
I'm sensing that you really do like it.
No, it's a very, very accomplished first feature. Beautifully shot by Fergal, Hanlon, who's a DP. Yeah. Shot in Cavan, and actually, they started off with very little money. They got a few, as you mentioned, it was like a no budget. They got a few extra bob, and off they go to Paris, which adds an extra dimension to it, actually, because the character goes to Paris.
But in movie terms, obviously, it pays to have a name like Jerry associated with it. I mean, I know you wanted to do the role, but I mean, obviously, to have your name then saying confirmed, the backers go, maybe, yeah.
Well, I know, I'd say he's too polite to say it, but I think once they got Jerry on board, I know for a fact, and they were able to get a lot more finance afterwards, once you have that name there. But I have to just say, I mean, as a first feature, it's really is impressive, because I know, when I started out reviewing, like in the 80s, you'd go, oh no, Irish movie about the Troubles, here we go again.
But it would have been a cliche.
It would have been a cliche. But this is actually, it's a smart movie. It's written around the Troubles, but touches on it in a
And I think it's good,
way.
you probably agree, Jerry, it's good that we revisit it now, because it hasn't been done for a while. Nothing's really been out about the Troubles now. Obviously, it's been the kind of the lull since they thankfully had the ceasefire, a peace agreement. So it's a good time.
It is a good time
to have a look back.
We have this coming out this week, and then we have Hunger coming out next week, the Bobby Sands movie, which is very, very powerful.
Another hard-hitting one.
Very, very hard-hitting, very visceral movie.
Thanks very much, Jerry. And thank you very much indeed, Michael. Loads of choice there, but of course, number one choice for this week has to be Anton. We're big supporters of it at the moment. And thanks to, as I say, to Jerry and to Michael.